It was only after my father-in-law died that I saw my wife's selfishness. I supported her emotionally and took on more chores, but when my dad passed, she didn't support me at all and even pushed me to work more. My wife is 37 and I am 31, and we have been together for 10 years and married for 5. My father-in-law passed away at the start of the year. OP wrote the post in September. It has been difficult, and I have been there for her. I have taken over a ton of chores, and I have been a shoulder to cry on, and I have made sure she has the space to talk about him and cherish his memory. It has struck me that she did none of this when my father passed away. He died 3 years ago. My wife was with me during the funeral, but she didn't let me break down or take time for myself. She always said that my dad wouldn't want me to cry about him and I should carry on working and pulling 70-hour weeks because that is what he would have wanted, for me to be a good family man like he was. I believed her and just pushed back all the emotions. I was only able to mourn and talk about him properly with my best friend. I thought it was fine then. I didn't want to bother her. Right now, I feel like my father's death was something I had to deal with, while her father's death is something that happened to all of us. I know it is silly to compare and contrast, but this pattern holds for most of our marriage. Her emotions and problems are our problems, while my emotions have been processed by only me or outside our family. I honestly don't know how to bring this up. I don't think I am ready to leave her when she is still struggling, but bringing this up will just make things worse. I am terribly confused. Edit number 1. It is a pattern. She is very considerate and generous on small things, but she can be selfish about big things. For instance, the reason we moved to our current city was because she loved it and she got an offer here. It was a pretty bad move for me in terms of career opportunities, but she made it clear that it was either the move or divorce. It sucked, but I made the move. Someone suggested therapy, and I have been to therapy, but the money comes out of my fund money instead of our expenses. I'm not sure if she had to go, it will come out of her fund money. Best comments. Therapy money comes out of your fund money? That's a red flag right there. Therapy is medical care. It's treatment. It's preventative care. Does she pay for doctor's visits, over-the-counter pain medication, pads and tampons, etc. out of her fund money? Because this sounds like it's bordering on financial abuse. Therapy isn't fun. It's mental health care. Your wife sounds like an asshole. She made you work 2 jobs worth of time each week when you were grieving. She made you bottle up your emotions. And now she expects you to step up for her when she refused to do the same for you? This isn't a healthy relationship at all. I see a lot of you giving and her taking, but not much in the other direction. Couples counseling or divorce. This sounds like an awful relationship to be a part of. It is absolutely hypocritical to guilt your husband, who just lost his dad, into not grieving him, but expecting the same emotional support you denied. I don't see any mental illness, just horrible sexism she internalized from society. It doesn't sound like much of a marriage to me. It sounds like you are a combination extra income / emotional support animal. Given the therapy realities, find a lawyer and get yourself financially and emotionally ready for a divorce. You deserve so much more in a partner / spouse. Update number 1, 22 days after the first post. I want to thank all the commenters for pointing out how F up my marriage was. I had been planning a trip to see my nephew for a while. I finally decided to go. I flew back home, and I have been staying with my sister. I took all the important documents with me because I wanted them with me just in case. I knew that if I even tried to talk with her, I will fold and stay. I needed space and I needed time. I am surrounded by unconditional love here. Even if I hurt my sister or brother, they will be hurt and angry, but they will still love me. But my wife can turn her affection on and off like a switch. I have talked to her about divorce, and she is trying to win me back. She has even talked to me about moving back. I had to quit my job. It will hurt my career, but my boss was strangely understanding. I have contacted a divorce attorney, and I ghosted my wife. I know it is going to be messy and long, but I want to do it. I really don't see a future for myself right now, and what is my most important motivation for getting a divorce is that I have already made her angry, and even if I go back now, she will still be angry. I am terrified of what she will do to me to work through that anger, and we would go back to being loving after she vented, but I don't have the emotional strength to go through that, and I am deeper in every day I don't return. Divorce becomes a better option even though I still miss her. I really do love her, but I can't live like this. Best comments. Am terrified of what she will do to me to work through that anger. Write this statement down on a piece of paper and stick it in your wallet. Anytime you have second thoughts about the divorce process, just take it out and read it. Nobody should be terrified in their own marriage for any reason. You deserve better than this. Honestly, solid advice. When I broke up with my last ex, I had to write a few of the things he did down and read them over a few times whenever I missed him or felt weak. It's odd how terrible instances can just be drowned by a few kind gestures of love. It was rereading the really bad abuse and triggering those memories that kept me away and never went back. Go ahead and file for divorce. The sooner you do that, the sooner it will be done and she'll be out of your life. I am talking to my attorney and we are going to file soon. Honestly, her having to deal with a lawyer would be a good idea. Her fake nice side feels so real that I don't know if it is fake, but I know there is still a lot of anger lurking there. I am planning to go to therapy.